gosta de carne, cê é urubu. Se tu quer escutar cover, pede pra Alexa tocar pra tu. Aqui é o nosso esquema, não nos limitamos a nenhuma cena. Atitude, coragem de confrontar, pra banqueirante pode preparar. Aqui você é sempre bem-vindo, seja o que quiser, venha pra somar. Oh girl, oh girl, oh girl, oh girl. Aqui é o nosso esquema, não nos limitamos a nenhuma cena. Atitude, coragem de confrontar, pra banqueirante pode preparar. Aqui você é sempre bem-vindo, seja o que quiser, venha pra somar. Oh girl, oh girl, oh girl, oh girl.
All right, so here's a better look at the body. And the bed over there. Some wheels that will not work on that rear end I have. So I am still looking for some 18-inch or larger 5x120 wheels. Just junk wheels, junk tires, just enough to do burnouts. Anything off like a newer Camaro, Corvette, BMW X3, X5, Range Rover like this rear end came out of. So it's sitting a little high right now. The suspension is up and drooped all the way. So that'll raise the wheel up a little bit comparatively, but I haven't put the jack under there yet to see how much the upper control arm is going to come up. So I need to make sure I keep clearance for my frame. And I do need to find some airbags or cheap coilovers, which I think airbags with just some Schrader valves are going to be the easiest thing for now. They have cheap ones for like $60 a pair on Amazon. And I didn't put a level or anything on this. I just kind of set it out here. But this Model A rear cross member here, I can cut that in half, and it's got a nice angle to go up over the airbag brackets and attach to the frame up front there. I can use half on each side, and that should get me a rear mount. And I need to find something similar. Kind of showed in the fast motion video there. I could cut the ends of this off and flip them upside down and, get mounts for the front. Or I could, cut all these extra mounts and stuff off and do something different, but they fit right on the outside of that frame. So I'm thinking I might just have to keep them, especially on a tight of a build as this is going to be. So, and that is a 1948 Ford truck gauge cluster. I don't know if anything works, but I'm going to slap it in there. The barefoot gas pedal. some 60s Ford taillights. This here's a Speedway reverse Corvair steering box. Some headlights and turn signals on some homemade stands that I picked up last year at a car show. Old Dodge grill shell that I've had for probably 15 years floating around here. And just because I know it works, I'm probably going to throw the SM465 4-speed in there along with the 250. I do have a new-ish clutch over there. It's not the original clutch. It was replaced in, I believe the date was 1996. I can't wiggle myself over there right now to check. I do have a wiring harness in that white box up there. And yeah, I'll try and splash up a video of my kind of first mock-up when I got the frame from a buddy of mine. Well, this front cross member is just loose in there, but somebody in the same town where I picked up this rear end from has a dropout front suspension from a 1950 Chevy. I might grab that. It's cheap enough, it's within my budget. Just to make this thing a roller, you know. I like straight axle fronts, and I am picking one of those up this weekend. It's off a heavy truck, like a 1.5 ton truck. So I won't have wheels for that, but it's a complete axle and wishbone and spring. You know, I could take all but the main leaf out, and I just need to eventually find some newer spindles that I can put a disc brake kit on that axle, and that would be cool under the front of this. But to get it rolling on my now 37 days remaining to get this thing done, I might just go with that Chevy suspension. But I am picking up the straight axle no matter what, because straight axles are life. Anyhow, get in the shop and get things done. See you next time.